Now with AEW All Out behind us, there's lots of news to report. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at your wrestling news for 2nd September 2019, including a backstage brawl at AEW All Out, some wrestler transformations, Bray Wyatt's dark personal sacrifice in creating the Demon, 2 big announcements from WWE and AEW, and much more. Let's get straight into it with Bray Wyatt's intense transformation. Bray Wyatt's transformation into the Fiend has to be considered one of wrestling's most innovative transformations, whether it's in terms of a dramatic change in character or an amazing resurgence in a wrestler's popularity. However, Braun Strowman, a close friend of Wyatt's, says the change involves some disturbing personal commitment from the former leader of the Wyatt family. During an appearance with Not Sam Wrestling, Strowman commented, "Bray is one of my closest friends inside and outside of the business. It's great to have him back. He got in a pretty weird place for a while with what was going on character-wise, and he literally went into the drawing board and started from scratch. We went for a while without even talking because he went so deep into this character. He shut himself out from the world. I remember watching the very first episode of the Firefly Funhouse and was thinking, what the hell is this, Bray? What are you doing? But the more I watched, I couldn't turn away from it. It was so intriguing what he was doing. And then they brought the Fiend out. And I was like, alright, it's unbelievable. But that was Bray Wyatt's transformation. What about 2 other superstars? It looks like we may have seen the next step in the apparent transformation of another WWE superstar, firstly in this case, Liv Morgan. Former Riot Squad member Liv Morgan has been absent from WWE television, but she hasn't been a complete recluse, as anyone who frequents her social media accounts can see. Not too long ago, footage surfaced of Morgan sitting in a driveway during a rainstorm, and now video footage is aired of pink hair falling to the ground while the sound of scissors could be heard. Morgan tweeted, "I did something," the day before releasing the footage on Twitter, leading to speculation she may be getting a new hairstyle as well as a new persona. But whilst we're on the topic of new hairstyles, former WWE Universal Champion Finn Balor, who is currently taking leave from WWE and is on his honeymoon, is sporting a new cut. It seems he requested the military special and got a buzz cut all over. What do you think of the look? Next up, is Vince McMahon involved with NXT? One of the biggest questions surrounding the Yellow Brand's move to the USA Network is how much involvement Vince McMahon will have with it. Previously, Triple H managed NXT's operations, with fans feeling his approach to running it being the reason why they view it as superior to Raw or SmackDown. Recently, Triple H talked to TalkSport's Alex McCarthy about his future role in NXT. There's a lot of things that people like Dave Meltzer say that don't make sense because they don't approach it from a business standpoint. We're gonna be live on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so there's so much bandwidth to go, said Triple H. It's funny the small-mindedness of it. People don't give Vince credit for being the businessman that he is. When people talk about him as a businessman, there are so many crazy misconceptions. The truth is, all of what we're doing in this business is here because of him. He took a failing industry, so to speak, in the 80s and turned it into a global phenomenon when nobody else had the foresight to do it. People look at it where it is today and you can hear them say negative things, and it's like, really? We signed billion-dollar deals with USA and Fox. I'm not sure that it's crumbling. Vince is also smart enough to understand the things that we do and where they go and how and the pieces of it. In simple terms, he's not involved with NXT. Yeah, he's gonna have some say in things like the brand sits and the marketing of it with USA and clearly whatever he wants to do at the end of the day. But at this point in time, he's basically said, go make this thing a success. As we discussed in a recent video, McMahon's already busy schedule and his upcoming involvement in the XFL raised the issue of just how much time he can invest in the company. At the same time, with the WWE getting rights fees from the USA Network to air NXT, he may feel the show needs his magic touch, assuming there's any magic left, especially if it falters against AEW. If things on NXT take a nosedive, you can guarantee McMahon will swoop in as he sees himself saving the day. Next up, can wrestlers get fired from the WWE? With the competition between the WWE and AEW heating up, disgruntled wrestlers' efforts to leave the WWE for greener pastures has been difficult, if not impossible. As discussed in an earlier video, wrestlers have tried just about everything to get released from the WWE with no luck. This in turn has led to discussions that the WWE has a current no-firing policy, an effort to keep wrestlers from leaving Titanland for the greener grass of AEW. However, this no-firing policy may be a myth, at least according to the internet wrestling community's resident heat magnet Brad Shepard, who tweeted, "A source in WWE also clarified a rumor from the obscure dirt sheet about a no-fire rule in the company. The source said that there isn't an official no-fire rule, they're simply playing it strategic for now. They noted some people will be let go within the next 6 months or so. No matter what officials from the WWE and AEW may say, the two companies are in the midst of one of wrestling's biggest and, quite frankly, most fascinating business battles since the Monday Night War. Anyone who doubts this should consider some recent comments over at Figure 4 Weekly, as they mentioned, NXT's move to the USA is a reminder that things are going to get hostile as this wrestling war progresses. As much as people will say the right things about competition being good and there being more jobs and opportunities for wrestlers, it's undeniable that a war is going on. WWE vs AEW is the most prominent part of it, but every significant promotion is competing for talent, viewers, and money. WWE is going to do everything they can to limit AEW's market share. AEW is going to do whatever it takes to grow. It will hopefully mean good things for fans, but even in the age of DVR and being able to watch things on demand, time is limited and viewers are going to have to choose which wrestling to devote their attention to. Whether it's obvious moves like the WWE counter-programming AEW by moving NXT to the USA Network, WWE superstars attacking AEW on social media, AEW taking digs at the WWE in interviews and social media, or bidding wars on talent, both the WWE and AEW will do whatever it takes to lure in viewers. The WWE is also continuing its efforts to keep its talent from embarrassing the promotion by boosting AEW on social media. Pro Sports Extra's Brad Shepard recently tweeted, "A source in WWE reached out to me after AEW All Out to say I should expect tweeting by WWE superstars about AEW shows to end in mid-October. I was bluntly told they'd better enjoy it while it lasts." This obviously doesn't include situations like Peyton Royce/Shawn Spears. Next up, 2 big rumors. With AEW and WWE going at it, fans are keeping a close eye on any and all rumors concerning the two promotions, and Cageside Seats recently noted 2 rumors concerning AEW and WWE, as Brian Alvarez mentioned recently that WWE is expected to break big news this week, possibly as big as the NXT to USA deal. And it's expected that the name of AEW's television show will be the next big news the company breaks, and that should come within the next week or 2. As to the WWE's big announcement, rumour has it that the WWE may be adding NXT UK to the USA Network. During the NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff teleconference, Triple H discussed NXT UK and where it will air. I think this deal shows a few things. I think it shows the significance and the excitement of something we've been working on for a while. I think that the opportunity for the UK is tremendous, whether that is on the network or somewhere else. The platform is irrelevant if people want to find the best wrestling in Europe, they know where to find it, whether that's on BT Sport or the network. They'll be able to find a lot of it on the USA Network like I just said. I just want to say one thing though, NXT will still be on WWE Network 24 hours after its initial airing, so it's there and it's going to be there for everybody. If this happens, one has to wonder how much more wrestling fans will watch. Cable networks are constantly looking for ratings, so there may be further demand for wrestling content, but at what point will fans get burnt out? Let's look at the 2 biggest stories though, as there was a Backstage Brawl at AEW's All Out pay-per-view. Now, as exciting as many fans found AEW All Out, something equally exciting apparently took place backstage when Sadie Gibbs and Bea Priestley, who competed that night in the Casino Battle Royal, had some sort of altercation that eventually became physical. According to Squared Circle Sirens Casey Michael, Gibbs began swinging at Priestley. While there's no confirmed reason for the Donnybrook, Gibbs posted a video on her Instagram account showing Priestley no-selling Gibbs' offense. And according to Fightful Select, Matt Jackson was seen trying to smooth things over and talking to Sadie Gibbs about the situation. And our last story of the day, 2 female wrestlers bow out. Squared Circle Sirens is reporting that Casey Catanzaro, who was working in NXT, put in a notice to the WWE. According to the report, sources tell us that Casey suffered a back injury and decided to stop wrestling afterward. She made her in-ring debut at an NXT live event on April 19th in Sanford, Florida, in a losing effort to Rina Gonzalez. Catanzaro made an official debut on television during the second Mae Young Classic tournament against Rina Gonzalez in the first round match. She lost to the second round to Rhea Ripley. She also appeared in the Women's Royal Rumble match this year. You may recall the 29-year-old grappler competed on American Ninja Warrior for several seasons before retiring in 2017. There's no word on her future plans, but another competitor leaving the game, or at least AEW, is Kylie Ray, who has been absent from AEW since Double or Nothing. There, Ray battled Awesome Kong, Britt Baker and Nyla Rose in a fatal 4-way match. Ray has been out due to an undisclosed medical issue, and during All Out's post-game media scrum, All Elite Wrestling president Tony Khan announced Ray had been released from her contract with no hard feelings. But there you have it guys, the biggest wrestling news for the 2nd September 2019. Are you disappointed about the releases? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.